Sup, guys. We're here for the Council Network. Welcome to the post WWE Raw, which would have been a lackluster Raw if it wasn't for that ending, which we're pretty much going to start the video backwards. We're going to talk about the very end of the show and then get to the beginning of the show. My lord, I am fucking speechless, as I thought that the Universal title would be, we would have our champion at Backlash, and it would be this whole long, drawn-out thing. I have been terribly surprised in the best way ever. Before we get to that, I just want to quickly say thank you guys for pushing us to almost 500 subs. Oh my lord. Never did I think when I started this channel that we even get here as soon as we did. We were nearing 500 now. And it was like just yesterday we hit 400. So it's incredible. I just wanted to take a moment, just like acknowledge it and be like, thank you. It really means the world. So our new champion is Kevin motherfucking Owens. First and foremost, WWE. That is how you make a damn star. That is how you get me into that next episode. That's how I want to go to next week. I want to fast forward to next week to Raw. That's the feeling that needed to come across. And Corey Graves, when this whole thing went down, his commentary sold me even more. Even though it was already sold, it sold me even more. You don't get that on SmackDown. You get that only on Raw. That tells you which brand you want to watch. It doesn't tell you, hey, you want to watch SmackDown. It makes me believe that all the kayfabe just went out the window and they hate each other. Raw doesn't want to play nice with SmackDown. They don't care about SmackDown's pay-per-views. They only care about their own. In the end, obviously they're going to, but just in general, it sells at home even way better than it would have prior to it, which is just, I'm speechless. So, Triple H screwed Roman Reigns. I'm glad about that because they did say Roman Reigns would pretty much have to work his way back up into the championship scene. Technically, he got his title shot, but it went to hell, which is good. And he fucked over Seth Rollins. Triple H fucked over Seth Rollins. Like, what? I knew, part of me knew it was going to happen. Us fans have been begging for Seth ever since he came back to turn babyface. What a better way to make him babyface than set him up against Triple H, and what a better way to put Triple H back into the whole, storyline than just pops up and helps Kevin Owens win. Stephanie don't know what the fuck to say. Mick Foley don't know what to say. Triple H has been gone since WrestleMania. The night after WrestleMania, pretty much he's gone. Roman Reigns was champion. Look how far we've made it. My God. Oh, my Lord. We're so close to a Shield reunion because all it's going to take is Seth to get babyface. And then to make up with Roman Reigns and be like, oh, I screwed up and we got a common enemy now. Let's just forge together. That's it. And we'll have the Shield back. Then all they really do have to do, and this is fantasy booking, all they really have to do is set up the club with Finn Balor, make Balor heel when he comes back eventually, and set up the Bullet Club versus the Shield. I can dream, can't I? Because one dream came so real tonight. And my voice is a little sore from screaming so much like a little girl out of excitement. Kevin Owens is champion. I've followed this man since he was Kevin Steen in Ring of Honor. I've seen his matches with Seth Rollins before when he was Kevin Steen and Seth Rollins was Tyler Black. I've seen those matches, the gore fest, the beatdowns. It was just pure wrestling at its finest. Reliving those moments of the 90s of the Attitude Era to all the way to now. You're seeing some of the finest workers put on one of the best matches ever. And I don't want to take out Big Cass's whole, part of this because him and Enzo are just so over that I always feel like I don't really have to acknowledge it because they're just so good at what they do. And I think Big Cass's inclusion was supposed to be a wild card, and I part of me kind of wishes he would stay in the match a little bit longer, but it's okay. He's a tag team guy. He's not really a singles competitor, but he can hold his own singles competitor with some of the best, and that's amazing nonetheless. And I know that probably just rhymed like an idiot. This championship match went from 10:35 to 11:05. I actually timed it. That's a 40-minute quality match with a what the fuck ending that pretty much sets up for Backlash. It sets up, hey, Seth wants revenge. Seth is pissed. he wants to go after Triple H, and then Roman Reigns wants to go after Triple H. But will Triple H even come out? Who's going to go for the title? There's so many, like, what are you going to do that can lead into next week? And it's so fucking good. Like, WWE, why weren't you booking the rest of the show like this? Why? This was quality. I mean, you take a tragic whole thing with Finn Balor and you make it to this great storyline that pretty much is playing out, that Triple H screwed these guys over that he's supposed to be like really good with, I'm so like excited. I have to stop myself. He's just like so chilled with fucking Seth Rollins, and he screws Seth Rollins over. Like, I don't care about Darren Young versus freaking Titus O'Neil. It's shit. I'm sorry. It holds no weight to me. I'm not interested. People are not interested. They tried this before. People were not interested. It's a squash match. And let's talk about squash matches. Nia Jax, please put her in a normal put her in a normal match, and she will excel. She will do okay. She may make mistakes, but we can forgive her. Just stop with the squash matches. Her and what's his face, Eric Rowan. I'm about to call him Eric Rowan. Just 2 squash matches. I can't. After like 7 weeks or whatnot. The thing with Paul Heyman was hilarious, where he's busting out $1, $2, $3, all the way to 500 and stuff, and he's like, fuck this shit, and just smacks it out of his hand. That was funny. Her threatening him, I'll freaking fire you and whatnot. I said it before, I say it again. It is what it is. Braun Strowman squash match, yay, against like a luchador guy, please. God, no. The Women's Championship for Backlash. I'm just going to throw out a prediction out here because I did mention it. I feel like Bayley is going to lose because of Daniel Brooke. They're going to pull it out for a few months and then eventually give her the belt at some point. I don't know. Maybe Sasha will get it back first, because I know they said Sasha's recovery time will be a month or 2. So, get well soon, Sasha. You too, Finn. You're both in our minds. Just saying. Moving onward, Sheamus and Cesaro. Match 2 or 3 of the 7. But guess what? There's a twist. Someone who wins this is going to get a title shot. My turtle's going nuts because he doesn't like Sheamus, right? You don't like Sheamus. We're in the reptile room. He doesn't like Sheamus. Also, I didn't get a chance to say this, but now I can. Rest in peace, Mr. Fuji will always forever be a wrestling legend. He passed away, I believe it was today or yesterday. I'm not quite sure. But it's just been a really hectic few hours for me, to say the least. Not to put my problems into the world. It's basically, my brain is going. Daniel Brooke versus Bayley, New Day, and the Club. Basically a mixed tag match. I gotta do this. It was good. It was solid. This is what I want from the women's division. I don't want just woman versus woman. Having those mixed matches is always good if they're executed properly. You have the Club, who did not lose the match. It was Daniel Brooke, who pretty much always loses her matches. That's okay, because she's pretty much one of those heels that goes, I lost my match and I'm still better than you. Kind of like moments. Then you have Bayley, who obviously is so freaking ridiculously over, and should be, rightfully so, because of her matches in NXT. The woman is amazing in the ring. And of course the New Day, because everyone wants to clap for positivity. And the Club, who I want to really become monster heels. And I don't know why WWE is not pushing them as monster heels quite just yet. But fingers crossed, let's go. Right? Fingers crossed, let's go. It's never going to happen. WWE doesn't know what they're doing with them. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. WWE, please. Why? Pardon me is trying to remember if WWE even has Rusev. I think they do, but technically he may be injured and maybe given time off. Sami Zayn, he had a squash match, but that's okay because his ankle's still healing. But the good thing is he's not like super duper injured, so we don't really have to go, oh fuck, Sami Zayn is completely injured to the point that he can't wrestle for like 3 to 4 months or 2 months or whatever it is. So they're not losing star power, which is always a good thing. And that I can actually dig. So I'm going to pass on giving a negative to that because it wasn't really bad. It just wasn't that great because it was kind of just like, oh, here's Sami Zayn. You still care about him, but his ankle's still technically healing. And that Cesaro, I gotta admit though, the Cesaro and Sheamus match was good, but it's just like I've seen these guys work together so much in the ring. I just don't want to see it no more because it's saturated. It loses all my attention. I want to go back to, I know I'm flip flopping here. I'm a flippy flopper. The Club and Dania Brooke with the New Day and Bailey. When Dania came out, I can never say her name right. I'm so sorry. When she came out in the nurse's outfit, I was bawling, man. I was laughing my ass off. Charlotte, good heel champ. Not even gonna lie. We get another tease of the Cruiserweight Classic. The quarterfinals begin this Wednesday. That's good because I hate to sound this way. The faster that resolves on the network, the faster they'll be coming into the main, roster and everything. And Mike Echo just went nuts. We got a medical update from Sasha Banks. She's doing good. They pretty much they don't want her losing heat. They don't want her losing the positive heat. The Rock was the highest paid actor 2016. Yay, because he's a WWE superstar and there's rumors that him and Vin Diesel are going to have a match because it would be great, man. It would be great. Yay. Chris Jericho versus Neville. Chris Jericho won. It was a good match. I have no complaints about that match because it wasn't perfect because it's like I've seen this match before. The last time I saw it, though, Neville got hurt. So I'm glad it played out better this time than it did before. And that covers all the matches for Raw. So let's talk about the overall whole show. Most of the show was a lot better than last week. Some of it was a little slow in certain places. Their pace is definitely a lot better this week. And the big what the fuck cliffhanger ending is exactly what we needed. It is going to get people to go by the water cooler, effect per se. Like just here, we're talking about it now. Of course, we're going to talk about Raw every week, but the whole point is we're talking more. Look at this video. Like 5-6 minutes is only about that championship match. That's nuts. So that says it all. Good Raw. Not perfect. Good Raw. Love the ending. But the squash matches, they gotta go. Seriously. And I think everything else was okay. Just a few more matches would have made it good. And Cesaro and Sheamus, we knew we were going to get it, but I'm just kind of, it's so saturated. It's so saturated with it. Just stop. Please. Please. Please, it's so saturated. Just stop it. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for now. I will see you tomorrow morning for SmackDown, or maybe even tonight. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to pump it out. I want to pump it out like late tonight, but it may not happen because just may not be able to finish recording it in time. We don't know what's going to happen on there. Some crazy shit may happen on there. Let's go, AJ. Let's go, Ambrose. I'm so torn. We'll talk about that tomorrow or next WWE video. I'm reading for the Council Network. If you enjoy this video and you enjoy my content, whether it be here or any of the other channels I do, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more and help us on our journey to 500 and then eventually the 1,000 mark. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Taking time out of your day. Council Nation, I'll see you later. Good night.